You know, when I need you, you can just catch on fire. That's what you can do. You fuckers! Holy shit, why had my entire team was balls on wheels? Because you start off watching it and you go, I don't know what's going on. By the end of it, you go, oh my god, what is up with this movie? Then you got the Ram Man standing there, plays different music, and it's really cool, and it's just the best. Got button, and cube button. Whatever it's supposed to be called, cube button. Hey guys, welcome to Friday Night Fun, and today we're going to play more Dawn of War 2. This time I'm going to try to be a bit more interesting. Last time I was sort of distracted, I don't really know what was going on. So now I'm going to replicate my Orcs versus Chaos. What did I do? Those sort of evil sons or something, right? Or was it? Were they? No, they weren't. I think they were the Speed Freak clan. I think they were. So I was Speed Freaks, and we were at Quest Heresy, I think. And then the AI was Chaos. And they were just like Black Legion or something, I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. What were we? Give me a sec. So it's Chaos Sorcerer. I think it's Alpha Legion. Because, yeah, I think it is, because it had some things and they were green, so. Yeah, this is what I did for my first full proper gameplay video. So that's what we're celebrating with it. It was, the last part was released on the 1st of May 2010. And it is the 24th of April 2020. So, yeah, I probably had a pretty difficult first week of YouTube when I first started because I didn't actually know what I was doing. So, let's just enjoy it. Can't do much at the moment. I've seen some shooters there, but they might get there when it's all done. I got an idea for a strategy where you just sort of hold on to some points, hold on to, what do they call it, requisition and power. So just hold on to a power point, hold on to a requisition point, and just defend the hell out of the hill. Oh. You just hold on to these things, and then you use the opportunities to destroy the... Well, it doesn't make you stronger, does it? Just hold on to the points that you get, but it's still not a very reliable approach. And it's not taking too long. We're at a decent amount of pace doing it, but I've just started recording here at 9 o'clock, so I'm not very good at picking my times, but doesn't it, so does it just give you more things to, stop. Just upgrades it, just generally, and it takes a long time to upgrade, so. Oh my god, my mouse is so bad at the moment. I think it's just the mouse pad, or why the cord is not in the right position or something. Some burners. What do you need removed? Yeah, more Dakar. I collect, well I don't collect, I have orcs. I haven't done the right thing and not painted my killer cards that I've got, because if you paint them when you're young and stupid, and when I say young I mean like 14 years old, or you just started, you don't have a lot of practice with them, you just end up wasting it. It's usually good. They're good units that you could... let's see. Let's see if we can just take this. Might not be a bad move. There's some guys there. They're not bothered by my presence, that's good. See if we can get some more shooters. I love those lines. Yeah. Right. Go over there. Yes. Good boy. Yes. And you'll get some more points. I guess it's always more entertaining if you go for an aggressive strategy. That's good. Oh. Attack. They're bringing the action to us. There. Good stuff. Oh, there's some people up there. Okay. Dead killing. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I could have learned in the early days, but doesn't mean that. I mean, it's just sort of part of the experience, really. You can see all the mistakes that I made when I mean, especially with my Eldar versus random video, which is Eldar versus Tyranids, and you can't even tell what exactly the Tyranid colour scheme I was using, but you can tell. It's interesting. I just kind of want to replicate all of these games that I had. I just think it's interesting. Alright, let's get some leaders. Just for fun. Are they actually going to attack, or they might get things like, yeah, we probably don't want them to get all the things like the, what was it, the Nurgle monster, or the, what other things can Chaos get? It's mainly the Nurgle monster. Dreadnoughts I can deal with. Once we get the looters, we'll be able to start. Oh shit, here we go. Can't get a baby death now.
Where we need it. Where we need it. Die! Well, is good. Forward. Caution now. Big finger already. Name a target. God, do it already.
Well, they got bashed pretty hard, those guys. We got some stick bombs. We've got all that coming along, that's good.
What you want with us, murder boys?
I'm gonna get a beamy def gun, which is gonna be good. Yes.
You heard the tree.
Hey, is all this ready to go? Oh, good. We can get things like a shotgun. Don't really want that. Don't really want that. Got all those things. That's good. Things that are, and then we'll get some tank busters. I think that'll be useful. And then we'll get a death dread or shoot. Really? It's kind of like it is. Just trying to retake all my stuff. Good, go and get that one. We'll go out of control. Good, the shooter's ready. We'll take Buster's back. Okay. And we're gonna want... Can't get it yet. We'll send them back. Nuts to yes. Okay. Keep checking it because I don't know, I might get a message. Well, from all sorts of people really. Actually, that's about to go completely broken, but yes. Oh yeah. Oh, can we repair that? We can repair that, that's cool. Good stuff. Sort of preparing for the all-out assault. Got that going, that's good. Nothing really on Death Dread. I mean, Death Dread's gonna be the good one, really. But Commandos would also be good. Although Commando might not be the right choice. Oh. Dread, yeah. Good. Good. That's what things we got. It's reinforcement. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you definitely want reinforcements. Commander squad. The rocks are the things you really want. A massive rock strike. With burners and extra armor. You're so cunning in what? So, love the voice. I think got British accents, that's sort of cool. Oh yeah, a little tank. Oh. There's a lot of things doing this. Doing a good job here. I gotta do all the same things myself. It's just the way it is. I've recorded a few more, well, I've edited a few more Mabeanie Talks videos, so there's more of those coming up. rather than any gaming videos or supercast videos. And I could pull my finger out and do them, but just doing what I feel like doing them. It's just the way it goes. Let's move into a couple more of those guys. A couple more of the shooters, they're a bit low. Go. We're getting healed up, that's what we want, and get ourselves a looted tank. I reckon that'll do us a good job. All the good things we want. Where to, boss?
What you want with us? You heard it. Okay, hurt. It's downtime.
Did we get the tank ready? It's almost here. Oh. Actually, tell you what, maybe just go scare those away. That's how you kill them.
You heard the tree?
That is screams. Let's head on here. It's much better for us if we just march in and destroy them. Look how easy that is. Oh, there we go. It's almost going to be a waste of time. them out completely. They've managed to kill the soldiers. That's good. Stuff like that, I don't want to kill my own dudes too much. But it was easy. I bet I did it quicker than I did it in the... probably took a while though. But they're done pretty quickly. How long was that game? It usually tells you in the windscreen. Like 20 minutes, I think. A lot of it's just preparation, I guess. Or it could be half an hour for all I know. Not very good at knowing how long things have gone for. Oh, 23 minutes 58, that's good. Do I want to play another game? Don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna play some Peggle. Alright. I'm just gonna minimize the recording there. Alright, and then minimize the other recording because it's just distracting. Because I play on Windows mode because otherwise it's not fun. So here we go, playing a bit of Peggle because I've been playing a fair bit of Peggle lately because everything else is just frustrating and competitive and I just want to win all the time, but this you just keep trying again and you don't get punished for it. You just do it. So that's just what I've been doing while I've been listening to music. Listening to albums and bands that I haven't listened to before. Like, I'd never listened to Ed Sheeran or Eminem probably before, so I gave them a try, and yeah, they've been good things to listen to. Actually, there we go. But I was talking about my 10-year anniversary stuff, because I didn't really talk about it last time for some reason. I just wasn't in the right mental state to do that. I didn't have a very good day on the 17th of April. Just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't a perfect day, I wanted it to be perfect. And it just wasn't going to be perfect really. That was dumb. That was not dumb. Ah, so close. Alright, we got one, and we aren't gonna nail this straight off the bat. Let's try and just hit one, shall we? Yeah. Oh! Ow. So, yeah. I'm doing a series, I will be doing a series on Mabeanie Talks. It's not going to come out at the right time, it's going to probably come out sometime like late May, early June or mid-June, God knows. Because I only do one video a week. And so it'll come out after the Mav and Tom episodes are done. And then that stuff. Because I like uploading stuff in the right order. Because otherwise it's just not right. Otherwise it's just sort of doesn't feel right to have something come out after, like long after it's been recorded, and especially when sometimes it's a bit topical, and Mav and Tom is topical at times in our discussion, and so especially with things like COPPA, which I didn't know that I'd put in a bit of text saying, oh, it's still relevant. It's not relevant. Everyone's completely forgotten about it. I'm sure there's someone who's being affected by it in some way. As long as you just follow the damn rules, you'll be fine. It just happens to be illegal to advertise things to children. Well, no, that can't be right. Because there's heaps of children's products that are like that. Isn't that a thing? It's supposed to be some sort of ancient law. That's like the dumb thing about it. Well, there's still a lot of angry people, or people who are just upset and don't really want to say why they feel a certain way. It's just, it's interesting. They're just like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's not a problem. And Liam had Ihasnotomato had the same problem. He was upset. He wasn't upset when we did the Mab and Tom. He was completely, so he was happy with it. He had a good idea of what was going on. And then he backfired on it because other people were getting upset, and so he thought that he should be upset. At least that's the way I think. Maybe we could do more Mab and Tom. I certainly enjoy doing it, and we have been collaborating in other ways, but not a lot of video recordings lately. Lately we've actually just been doing. I commissioned him to do some art pieces for me, so that's really what our collab has been lately. Oh, hang on. No, it was such a waste. I'm the worst at Peggle. Yay. Still suck. Here we go. No! Oh, I got a free ball. Crap. Hang on, we're gonna... Yeah, here we go. No! So close. Oh. What do you expect? Good, it's all... I'm glad my recordings are going well today. Why is it going well today? I never trust myself to have good days because I always expect so little of myself. And so it's always really, really pleasant when it happens. What else have I done lately? Yes, we've got the Mab and Tom stuff. I have been working on my 10-year anniversary stuff. I've gone through the first 5 years. Now I gotta do 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. Which is going to be harder because there's way more content to talk about. Actually, 2014 was hard because I had heaps of channels to go through. Jesus. I'll get to that in a bit. I'll finish talking and I'll hopefully win this, and then but actually that's gonna be on my mind now, depending on who it is that's responded. What was I talking about? There's more content to talk about. There's like in 2014 there was Same Industries, well it was AIM Industries at the time. We renamed that channel quite a few times in the last few years. Then what else? Oh, this is... hang on. Oh, we could I? No, hang on. We're gonna have to waste that one. Okay, I don't know what that could be now. Yay. So 2014 there was Mr. Mabeanie, the Mabeanie 2 they were called, and then at the end of 2014 it was just AIM Industries. 2015, 16 it was AIM Industries, and for the most part in 2017 it was AIM Industries. So that was pretty easy to think about what happened those years. 2017 I came back and there's a fair bit to talk about in terms of things like, oh, what's the best video that year? That's actually always a hard question to answer, because you gotta think, I made a lot of videos, and sometimes the quality, especially with AIM Industries, the standard is a bit lower than what I was sort of expecting in terms of my content. In 2013 and 14, but oh, that was dumb. Yeah. Nice. And then in 2017 I came back. I had a standard that I've been working with, but it's hard to really work out what that standard was. But as far when you're doing a Let's Play channel, the quality of video isn't as high. We mostly pride ourselves on being entertaining consistently, and I think a lot of channels are like that. A lot of Let's Play channels are like that. And I guess, yeah, trying to be entertaining and talking all the time, and we've got a good dynamic as well, so yeah, let's see that one, that sucked. But then I came back in 2017, it's sort of varying levels of quality, and then 2018 I phased everything out. 2019, I think, yeah, the other thing I was talking about earlier about having lots of different channels, it does make it hard because it makes it harder work to go through all those channels, because some of those channels had like one video that just did really well, and I think it just did the best for some reason, for whatever reason it was. Like my Zoomer's Revenge, Fun at Fun, it did really well for some weird reason. It's just the way it was for some reason. I can't explain why it did well. I said zooming and zooming, maybe like I didn't get any dislikes either, and that's usually the telltale sign. If maybe you titled it wrong, or people got confused about what the video is supposed to be, and usually nostalgia as a word does kind of well sometimes. What else? So yeah, just been doing that. It's been fun to go back through that. And it seems like modern YouTube has been the same since 2013. In 2010 and 11 it was changing rapidly, it was really interesting. And then since 2013 it's been a level of staleness, so the only way of keeping track of what was going on in those years is the things that you did personally, or the things that what else? The things that like maybe things that happened that were notable for you on YouTube, in terms of the people that you watched. Ah, frick. That was so close. Ugh. Screw you. What else was there? Ooh, I hate this. Some of these are difficult for some weird reason. I think the easy one was the car one. Okay, well, we got some points. It doesn't actually... you can't... That's weird. Yeah. Yay. Ah! It's like, what else? Before I wrap up this Friday Night Fun. So, yeah, it's just, Mabeanie Talks is sort of the channel that's really benefiting, because I've got so much content to edit, and I have, especially with the 10-year anniversary stuff that's come up, it's been something I've been planning for quite a long time, and I talk about it in fact, next week's episode of Mav and Tom, we talk about our 10-year anniversaries, and so I talk about what I want to do, and Liam talks about what he wants to do, and it's just interesting. We just talk about that sort of stuff. He's not much of an anniversary type of person. He as much as we continue to say things like, don't worry about what other people think, do what you want to do, it's easy to get lost in going, oh, I don't think anyone wants to watch that. Do it if you think that you're going to regret not talking about something while it's fresh in your mind. And I think talking about your 10-year anniversaries and talking about maybe videos that you're making or you made back in the day, that stuff's interesting. Whoa. That's cool. Nailed it. That's not gonna do what I want to do. Here we go. Okay. It's fine. And I'm never good at aiming that thing. Hang on. Who cares? What else? I want to make this interesting to make up for the last Friday Night Fun, because the last one was just garbage. It was so boring. Did we win? I can't remember. We probably won, but it's not the point. I'm typically decent at Dawn of War. Or at least good enough to know what it takes to win. But it's just, I really didn't like it, because I guess we have expectations. So it's like, oh, it's an anniversary, I better make it good. And I went out of my way to make the freaking, I was like, what exactly is this Dawn of War match that I played exactly? And I never wrote it down when it happened. Stuff like that. Oh, damn it. Not gonna work. Oh. But Liam and I seem to have learned things differently. He learns something and then he sort of unlearns it. Like, the thing that's really driving him is his success, and it clearly bums him out when he's like, I've got a great title for this one now. I want to call this one Mabeanie Slams Ihasnotomato. He just seems like every time he's like, don't worry about what other people think, make the video you want to make. And he keeps saying it, but I think deep inside, those results aren't there. He's like, why am I trying this? Because, and it does come down to the amount of effort you put in and the results you get. And especially if the effort you're putting in isn't like a fun process, and making videos it really depends on what the video is you're doing, if it's a fun process or not. For a while, making Mav and Tom wasn't fun, so my approach is always do it when you want to do it. Well, actually, that's not a correct statement. For a while, it has been, if you just make the video that you want to make when you want to make it, except for the same industries, we make videos at a certain time, and we gotta have it ready, and that's just how it works for us. But freaking lucky. Got him. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna finish what I'm saying and then I'm gonna stop. You just, it's been a recent thing, because what happened in 2017 was I came back to my channels, I was excited, and I was thinking, I'm gonna come back, it's gonna be just like 2014, and I think I knew it was gonna be hard, and I wanted to hype it up, and I was excited because I had all this content ready to go. but the timing wasn't right. And what 2017 and early 2018 taught me, well, pretty much by the end of 2017, like, I came back in November 20th, and then November and December were not what I thought they were going to be. They were far from it. In retrospect, it wasn't actually that bad, but at the time it felt really bad. It just taught me, make the video you want to make, because I think I had a lot of videos that I had made and realised that I didn't like making those videos anymore. So you're just going to make it when you want to make it. You can't muck around, you can't pretend that you feel a certain way when you don't. And you got to be honest with yourself, and it's really hard to do that when you, because I look at success and I go, like some of my videos, oh, that did really well, I'm going to do something like that next time. But you never know why it actually did well. It's such an illusion. You think, oh, I'm just going to make, like, okay, let's think of a good example. Let's think of my envelope edit tool video in 2013. That did really well. And I thought, oh, maybe, and that did really well over a fair few years, but I think it got something like 100 views by the end of the year, which was really good for 2013. And you could have, I could have just gone and made another editing video, but I think you always build on yourself. I was in the right mindset for it, that I wasn't going to make another editing video because I just didn't have any ideas. And that's good. And I think ultimately what I want to say is, Liam goes back on things because there's like a popular view on something, and that's what happened with COPPA. Is he said, oh no, this is the way it is. If you aren't making a channel specifically for kids, that's obviously targeting kids, then you're going to be fine, don't worry about it. But if you are making content for kids, then you're in trouble. You will lose money, you will lose all the things that you've built your channel up to be, and it's going to be really hard for you. You will get fined, quite possibly. $42,000 is ridiculously big amount of money for the small thing that you do that in making videos. But and then he went back on that because other people were saying things, and I just don't like that. And I go back and I watch Same Industry's videos, and he says something, and then he contradicts himself later, and that's just, I think sometimes I'm a hypocrite as well, and we try not to be. We try to be the best people we can be, and sometimes we say things that make us look bad, and luckily for us, people aren't paying attention to that. Especially, they're not paying attention to the Same Industries, and so they don't catch us out for saying stuff. And so, and we said that there's a Mario Odyssey video. I think it's Mabeanie's Dream Cream Machine, whatever it's called. Mabeanie's Big Cream Machine, I think it's called. In Mario Odyssey, and we were saying that there's so much content. I've said so many things over the years that I would get in huge trouble for if people paid attention and cared. But they don't. So, yeah. Sometimes Ihasnotomato says things, and I go, why have you just contradicted yourself? But yeah, I think I do that as well, probably. But we try to be the best people we can, so I've got my controversial title, and I don't know how that's going to go, but I just think it's funny. I like to have a crack sometimes, and at the end of the day, We're all human beings, damn it. You know? Things happen. We say things, we do things, and the influences that are on us, sometimes we just cannot even comprehend the influences that are on us because it's a big wide world out there and life's so super complex. That is the end of Friday Night Fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye bye.